So, you might have seen one of my previous shorts where I have built this screen that animates a few things. And as you can see over here, I have tested a few things and then I've built this screen here. But how did I build the screen? In this video I'm going to tell you exactly what I did, and surprisingly enough, it is actually quite easy. There's not much to it at all. It's only a few pieces of redstone that you need, and I'm going to argue that everyone can do it. It's very easy, and I'm going to explain you how. Also, there's a few different methods that I used on the screen, and I'm also gonna go through all of those as well. So the first method, I use repeaters. So we all know that repeaters, they delay the signal. So if we have some redstone, the signal goes from one end to the other instantly. But if we have repeaters, you can see it all goes through the repeaters. So it takes more time, like that. And we can actually use that. So if we take, of course, if we take a lamp, nothing's gonna happen. You can light up the repeaters. The lamps won't actually turn on, and they will only turn on. Only the last one down here will actually turn on. So what we can do to make it like a big surface like the screen over there, we can put some observers on top. So we make the observer face down to the repeater. So every time something happens down here, I can put a lamp up here to show you. The lamp is going to light up, and that counts as well for every time the repeater lights up or turns off. Meaning, if we just put a bunch of observers, make a bunch of repeaters, and put observers and lamps on top of them, then we will be able to see a line of light like this. And that's basically it. So now we only have to take a look at how we managed to make it in all those different monetaries and all of the other stuff. So basically, when you want to animate it, you just have to make repeaters go the direction that you want the animation to go to. And then when you turn, we can't just do this, because when we put redstone to it, it just does like this and doesn't give a signal back to the next repeater. So when we have to turn, we use redstone. And you might imagine that would maybe the signal would go a bit, like maybe the tempo wouldn't be the same, because the repeaters all go at the same tempo, but the redstone go instantly. But not actually. I tried it and it seems to be fine. So in the start here, I had one line to go out to two lines, go to more lines. So here I would just place a few repeaters, then I would place one redstone, and then a few repeaters again, and the same on the other side. And now I have my animation basically. So when you light up the thing, you already know what's going to happen, just like this. And then when we place some observers and some lamps, some redstone lamps on top of them, then it's also going to light up all of it. Now we have this animation. This animation right here is basically just what we covered. Just lines going back and forth and through. It's just two lines. Now this explosion comes. And I can teach you how I did the explosion. Let's just make a signal. And we make it go into this block. Let's just take another block so it's more visible. And we make it go through this blocks. Now we place these and you can see that they are all getting the signal. They are all receiving the signal. So what I did, I placed redstone on all of the sides. I made a long line of repeaters. See, I misclicked there. It's very common that it happens. Long line of repeaters. And then a shorter line of repeaters. I place redstone here because this line wants to go this way as well. If I place a repeater here, it would make everything just turn off. So we place a redstone in order for the signal to continue. Just making lines of repeaters, you can make them exactly the way you want. Just place some observers on top of this here. Okay, so now all of the observers are placed on top, and now it's starting to look a little bit complicated, but it's just the way it looks. It's not actually complicated. You've seen exactly what I've done so far. So you just place the repeaters and then place observers on top, and then you can place the lamp on top. Now, the thing is, you can choose to place lamps directly on top and then only have them there, or you can choose to place lamps all over it, like in a square. So there's lamps covering the entire machine, so you actually can't see. So what I mean by that is lamps everywhere, so you can't go down here. So there's just lamps everywhere. You can choose to do that. That creates another effect as well. But first, let's just place some lamps exactly on the observers. And that creates this animation here. Let's just make a staircase like this. It creates this animation. It's not exactly the one that's over there, even though it actually is, because so it looks quite cool. But let's cover something else. When lamps are just alone, like when one lamp is just with itself, it acts like it just turns on and off. But when it's together with other lamps, it's gonna light up the other lamp, even though that lamp doesn't have any redstone going through it or going to it or anything. So we just place a bunch of lamps here. You see, just right here, so you can see that now it's not just one line, but now the line got thicker and looks different. So if you look, now it does like that, makes the line thicker. So if we just do that all of the way on the entire machine here, now everything's covered in lamps. So let's take a look at the animation. Now it's already a lot different. See? It looks like this now. It's way different than before. Now you have seen a few ways to animate. Now let's go through another animation, another way you can animate. So you can use a bulk sensor. So we know that these things also, they send signals to each other. Every time they send something moving, they receive the signal, and that makes them to move, making this shulker's neighbor move as well. And I'll give them a signal that's gonna light up one. Only one. But what I found as a solution was to place an oak fence instead. I'm supposed to do that. Just one block of space in between. So when it's like this, it should do the job. Like this. Yeah. That's basically it. What I did in the animation, I placed fence right here so the light won't go backwards afterwards. Yeah. That gives it like a smooth animation. So that's another way to animate. Now, if we go back to this type of animation, I also made the light go like, I also made the light spread out at some point. So if you just make a line here, redstone, we can then continue like this, put redstone on each end, then put redstone of each end of the then put repeaters on each end of the redstone, and then do this again, redstone, 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 and do the same here. But don't place it against this, because again that would create the problem. When a repeater goes in to send a signal to another repeater or the wrong way around, it will log it, making the signal just close off and just turn off and not work anymore. So this right here is the exact same method as down here, just making the signal continue. But here I use redstone to spread the signal as well. Like a star, just like this. And that's it. I'll just place observers on top. See? So you probably couldn't see much on the video here, but if we just place lamps on top, and that should make you able to see it, and that creates the spreading out thing. Yeah, that's basically it as well. Now, you might think the part where the light spreads out to each side, to each side of the screen, and then goes forwards and backwards, like splits to go forwards and backwards. How I did that? So that's also the exact same thing as here. We just made, I made a line of repeaters, make them spread out to the side like this, then I made redstone signal, and a redstone signal, and then I did like this, put observers on each side to make it all spread out, and did this on each side. And I replicated this on the other side as well, and that just made the signal spread out like this, creating that animation. And yeah, that's basically it for this video. And if you want the word download for this screen here, so you can try to play around with this screen as well if on your own, then just write it down in the comments and I will try to see if I can figure out how to world download, because I don't even know how to do that yet. But if you want, so I will try to figure it out, and I can put a world download down in the description of this or the next video. So yeah, thank you for watching. Hope you enjoyed. And remember to subscribe and hit the like button.